guys ready to make the magic happen? All right, boys, let's do this. We are go in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Today we'll be taking a look at ArcheAge, a game that in my heart still remains my favorite MMORPG, and this is probably because it was the first MMO that I fell in love with, truly dedicated my time to, and turned me into what I would consider a hardcore player. Now, those days are a bit behind me, and I'm more casual now, but that doesn't change the fact that ArcheAge was, and still remains, my number one. Till this day, I find myself comparing new MMORPGs to ArcheAge to try and justify playing them. But what happened to ArcheAge? Well, like every other Eastern MMO, or the majority of them, the game was destroyed by the publishers. Of course, the developers probably had a hand in this, talking to you, XL, but you never really know who's making all the horrible decisions from the background. Regardless, ArcheAge became an MMO where buying gold from gold sellers became normal. Hacking and exploiting the game took many players to top tier gear, with many of them going unpunished. Still, to this day, things like this happen and they only get a slap on the wrist, probably because they don't want to lose any more players. But other than hacking and buying gold from third parties, ArcheAge, even with its normal in-game cash shop, has made it one of the most pay-to-win MMORPGs to hit the scene. This, with a publisher that players grew to hate, really killed the game. Not as fast as Revelation or Bless Online, but over time, ArcheAge has become a ghost town, with tons of fresh start servers. I believe we're on the 7th or 8th, to try and revive the game. At the end of the day, most still interested in playing ArcheAge are now playing on a private server called ArcheAge. But anyway, Tryon was the publisher to destroy this game, but praise be the RNG gods, Tryon no longer exists, so ArcheAge has been picked up by a new publisher, Gamigo. And yeah, they haven't really been any better. Some of my friends say it's been worse, but who knows? I'm sure some of the players will share their experience in the comments section. ArcheAge was one of those MMOs that died, but everyone left on odd terms, more of a feeling of disappointment. With Bless, the launch was horrible, the optimization was beyond bad, it lacked content, and much more. People left, never turning back. Revelation was a game with many features that was killed by the cash shop. Another disappointment with players leaving mainly because of that, but some can argue that Revelation is another generic Chinese MMO. However, with ArcheAge, there really was nothing like it. We sat in 14-hour queues, 20-hour queues, just to get disconnected and queue up again. We fucking loved this game. Loved its mechanics, whether you're enjoying decorating your house somewhere out in the open world, breeding animals, running trade packs for hours while sightseeing and living your best life as a life skiller, or playing as a pirate who waits for that life skiller to set sail in the ocean, only to glide to their boat, slaughter them, take control of their boat and destroy it, steal the trade packs and use their hours of work for your own profit. ArcheAge really gave you that freedom of being the ultimate dickhead, mercenary, or care bear, using the Holy Trinity, offering cool PvPvE content. The naval combat was unmatched, a class system that gave you over 120 different class combinations based off your skill trees. There was just so much about it. Now, this isn't my first time playing ArcheAge in 2019. I actually revisited the game in January. For this video though, we won't be taking a look at the introduction, but just messing around on one of my max level characters. But things have changed, as there is now a prestige-like system after you hit max level. There's also new skill trees, and if you're used to the meta from before, running Shadowblade or Dark Runner, you'll be surprised to see that certain skills now belong to other trees, really changing the meta. In my opinion, and as offended as some of you will be hearing this, ArcheAge is the best it's ever been. With that being said, I'm speaking about the state of the game. It now offers more freedom when building your class, making more classes relevant. The new gearing system is something that should have been put in from the start, but it's the counter to pay to win. You can now get geared without the crazy and cruel RNG. Now sure, there is still RNG involved for getting the stats you want, but as far as regrading your gear, it's pretty straightforward. It just requires a ton of grind, dailies, and mob killing. And if you've played Black Desert, this will be a walk in the park. Is there still pay to win? Of course, but now as a free player you can enjoy the game without feeling like you need to spend $1,000. It's just sad that it finally reached a good point like this with mechanics and features when the game is now down to only a couple servers. But enough of the sappy shit, let's revisit our old friend, ArcheAge. Here we are on my legacy account. where I have 2 characters that are now on server Aria. Actually, this is the wrong account. Beautiful loading screens, but long loading screens. If you guys look here, let's see what class we are. I think I went Shadowblade, even though Shadowblade has changed dramatically, as I mentioned earlier. If you were familiar with classes from back then, you are not that familiar with them now, because certain skills are missing, or they belong to different class trees. But I just wanted to play something where I would kind of know the rotation, and here we are. And for example, Mirror Warp was a part of Aromancy. You don't see Aromancy here. Mirror Warp is now a part of Witchcraft. Some of you are watching this and you're like, well, that's been a thing, but you don't know how long it's been since I've played ArcheAge. My Pegasus. This always made me feel like I was one of the ballers of ArcheAge because I got lucky and got this out of a crate. Let's go check the mail. What do I have in the mail? I feel like it's a bunch of mail I've sent to myself just to free up my inventory. Someone said, fight me. You fight me, bitch. What's our gear looking like? Pretty trash. I remember one time I got on here and I was like, this will determine whether or not I play the game. Tried to regrade my fist and they downgraded. So my gear score right now is 5,373, and it took a bunch of work to get this. Now you can get way above this gear score by just grinding for the new Hiram gear. Hiram. I'm gonna call it Harem because why not? I'm gonna explain the Harem gear to you guys. I'm working on this Guardian Nadachi. It doesn't really have the exact stats I'm looking for. As you can see, it has ranged critical damage on it, but I'm trying to re-roll that stat. If you guys are familiar with how the capes worked, when upgrading these, you would use these like synthesis jars or shards. It works very similar to that. You either feed it gear or you feed it these essences that you get. It does cost some gold, and it is a very long process. There's some dailies if I recall. Alright, so this guy will give us Awakening Scrolls and Unidentified Hiram Infusion. Oh, it's called Infusion, not Essence. Forgive me, forgive me. Don't really know my rotation. There used to be a time in ArcheAge where I could hop back in a year later, do some PvP, even against people that were like, that have had access to the newer skill trees, and I'd still win. My rotation was still viable. But now the game is actually at a place where that's not possible for me. You don't know what the hell you're doing. The rotations are different, skills are missing. It's just whatever. I can still do a little bit of PvE, but no one's out here. But once someone comes out here, they'll probably kill me. You know what I loved about ArcheAge? Tab targeting or not, this game had some of the best combat. Just how fast the combat is, like how quick you have to be to react. It keeps you on your toes, it can get extremely intense. Some of the best memorable PvP I've ever experienced in my life. And this was like the game that really got me into PvP. It was this. I sat and did nothing but 1v1 arenas for like 8 to 10 hours a day. And then if I wasn't doing arenas, I was out in the open world doing PvP, whether it be, you know, just killing people of the other faction or actually doing guild wars and stuff. Where are we going? Wow. All right. Let's shout. Someone let me in. Someone said east. Does this mean there's going to be a fight? There's so many new mounts in this game. It's crazy. That is sick. Look at that. I guess the point to doing this is maybe just the credit for guild missions, because I can't see this gear being viable at all. I'm floating. Oh, I know the game didn't just crash. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I hear one thing they fixed is that you can be a pirate and now hang in the cities without like just dying or getting killed anywhere you go. Because one thing about being a pirate is it was definitely fun and badass, but at the same time you were super restricted to where you could go. You know, if it wasn't the sea and it was one of the continents, there's a lot of places that you would get killed instantly, and that was quite annoying and made you feel like, wow, is being a pirate really worth it? So much has changed with this game. From tempering, there's so much I can't list, guys, and I'm super sorry that I can't go over all of it in this video, but you know, if you're just interested in seeing a little bit of ArcheAge, this video might cover that. But specifics, not so much. You know, even though you're not seeing thousands of players, it's really nice to see how many people are on. Like jumping into the Crimson Rift, there was 2 raids. I was in a smaller raid, and then we look here, we're in the hometown and there's a lot of players, and you can be like, well, that's because there's only 2 servers. But I think what makes the experience fun for playing, you know, MMOs, whether or not they still have a ton of players playing them or not. Even if the player base is a lot smaller than it used to be, yeah, they've merged a ton of servers and have made a ton of changes to push players together. But with that, you know, now your server seems more active and alive, even though a lot of these people are AFK at the moment. Wow, this dude looks awesome. Aranor Nadachi. I don't know what a plus 21 is, but holy shit. You guys remember Mirage Isle? Let's go. Look at this thug. Gliders. Man. Gliding in this game was so convenient. You know, right now this just brings back memories of like when ArcheAge first launched. I believe my first time playing it was in 2014. Man, this game was good. So much freedom, so much customization. Honestly, what we need right now is an ArcheAge 2. There's actually rumors of ArcheAge 2, and no, these rumors don't hold too much weight to them. I believe XL is working on a new game, something along those lines. They're hiring for certain positions. It could be for an ArcheAge 2, but I feel like we would have received some type of news or something more concrete than just, you know, they're hiring for certain positions. But it would be nice, you know. A lot of these companies feel like they need to make new titles and new MMOs, but they could just make sequels and build on that. Just make sure not to fuck it up the next time around.
I'm getting a little pissed right now.
Okay, so I've joined a raid. This is new to me. I've never seen a thing to join raids like this, and it's also the fall of Hiram City. I hear that this is to get materials to upgrade your Hiram gear, which is a really nice addition to the game. Like, why are people leaving? The teams get full and then people leave. What's up with that? This keeps happening. I've never done this before, but I'm excited. So we're even queued up with... What the fuck? Wait, they've made the cat girls look a bit better. Like, it looks like a human with a cat tail. Okay, I see you, ArcheAge. Anyone not know what to do? Yeah, no clue. Bring packs back to base. Got it. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's enough. Let's do this. Let's get home. Let's haul ass. How do you even say that name? RJ? RJ DLR? Is that a camera? It's Riddler. It's gotta be Riddler. Don't you break on me, cart. We're taking... we can't take a shortcut? No. You're kidding. I didn't do this. Oh, fuck. I got 3 minutes left. Oh, shit. No. Put the pack back. Oh, shit. I didn't do that. I did not do that. This looks like The Sims gone wrong. Red Dragon. People are doing Red Dragon. That would be fun. I'm scared to ask anything. I feel like I'm gonna sound like a dumbass. Just gonna watch what other people do. But I have to say, oh shit, baby. I have to say, I love this new like instance raid queuing system. The fuck are all these cars? It's like something Jeffree Star would drive in. Initial D, baby. I'm on fire right now, I think.
Target is facing the wrong direction.
Shut up. Ah, I'm on fire. Oh, come on. ArcheAge career. Keck. He's triggered alright. Imagine dying in Red Dragon instance. I know, right? Shh. I rabbit you, baby. Can I actually make it to him? That would be amazing. Come on. We're close. Everyone's DPSing. Everyone's DPSing, yes. Okay, bro. What the fuck, dude? Don't be AFK. What? I just got here. Come on. Red Dragon admirer, dude. You'd probably come over here and get stomped by him. He doesn't give a shit about you. Oh no! Thank you so much. I wish I could stay under the Red Dragon's penis forever. It's safe here. Come on, victory is near. Finally got to a point where I've stopped dying. Maybe this will last. Damn it, here it is. Yes. Oh. Oh god. I feel like there's a group of people that are just sitting this out, which is like bullshit. Oh, come on. So here we are, ArcheAge in 2019. These videos aren't really a is it worth playing or should you play type video. It's just more of a I just showcase the game in the current year. ArcheAge though, does it hold up to me? Yeah, the graphics still amazing, combat still fun as ever. The new features are amazing, you know, the instance queuing, even though I've kind of had issues during this video. I didn't for the Red Dragon, but for earlier that shit was quite annoying. But yeah, ArcheAge, my first love, and I still love everything about it. This server feels pretty populated, so with whatever player base size it has now, it feels good on this server. But I don't know how open world PvP is, or which guilds are dominating, or which factions are dominating. You know, it could be really unbalanced. I don't know much about that. I'm not part of a guild, haven't joined a player nation, just a simple old school player returning to the game years later with no clue of what's going on at all. But it was fun to participate in some of the events and some of the instances and just get a taste of the game again. I do think, you know, if you invest time into ArcheAge, you would have fun. And I do think if you find this game interesting, or if you like what you see, or if you've ever been curious about returning, you should try it out. Maybe even commit to it, because like I said, gearing is better than ever. I don't really have any plans of returning to the game. I mean, I might log on here and there just to sightsee, take a little trip down memory lane. Unless you guys really wanted some ArcheAge videos, then maybe I would put time into it to get geared. But if you guys don't really care for that, then, you know, I think I've done my job here. ArcheAge in 2019, I've enjoyed my experience today, and I really miss this game. I miss the shit out of this game. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one. See you soon, friends.